Hey there, y'all. It's that time once again to check out my latest vinyl and CD finds. Got a great stack of stuff here behind me, a lot of stuff. We're going to zoom through it all, though, today. Got some cool stuff, some of it from the online Christian music vendors, some of it from half-price books finds, one thing even from a thrift store, a Newsboys tour book of all things. A lot of cool stuff here. We got a TobyMac vinyl, Battlecry vinyl, original Arsenal CD, a bunch of cool stuff. It's all coming right up. Stay where you are. Hey there, y'all. Welcome back to another Tim Talks Christian Rock. Tim Risto here. Hope you're doing awesome today, and may God bless your day going forward from here. It's been a while since I've had a video, mainly because I took the family and took some time off. Took a little vacation. We went to Orange Beach, Alabama. Spent some time on the beach, resting, recreating, rejuvenating, refreshing, all that great stuff. It was so fun to just get away, not think about work, not think about schedules, but just enjoy some time on the beach, checking out the wind, the waves, the surf, the sand, the little beach creatures, and just really kind of relishing some time, some peaceful time with the family and in God's creation. I really did come away with a renewed appreciation for the beauty of what God created, and just being in the peacefulness of sitting on the beach and watching that huge Gulf of America there spread out, just the beauty of the waters. And then again, we'd see crabs and all these different birds on the beach and different sea creatures and stuff. It was really a wonderful, wonderful time and great opportunity to get away. If you haven't been, try Orange Beach, Alabama. It's a great, great spot. We've been to Destin, Florida before too, but this was the first time going to Orange Beach, which is kind of similar to Destin. Maybe you could say maybe a step down, not quite as white sand beaches, and but still a very beautiful location. We did drive over to Florida for a day too. We went all over to all sorts of things, but we did drive over to Florida for a day too. I got this mug here, Pensacola Lighthouse. We stopped at a lighthouse while we were on our way to visiting the Pensacola Naval Air Station Aviation Museum and Military Museum. A great place, by the way. And but on the way there, or on the way back, actually, I think this is on the base, was this Pensacola Lighthouse, which is kind of a spontaneous stop for us. You can see on this side here it says, I climbed 177 steps, because that's how many steps it is to the top. And of course, you got to come back down too. But that was just kind of a spontaneous event of the day, and we loved it. It was a blast. So anyway, don't mean to turn this into a vacation video, but thought I'd at least put some pictures up and show you a little bit about what it was like, just to kind of encourage everybody. If you have not gotten away, if you have not taken a vacation, it's been 5 years since I took a serious vacation with the family. It was so worth it. Just a reminder to embrace some time off, embrace God's directive that we need to rest too. Anyway, all that to say, before the trip, I had a bunch of vinyl and CDs that had come in, and there were some waiting for me when I came back from the trip, and I've got a few more that are coming in this week too. So I got a lot of stuff that I need to kind of get caught up and show y'all. I am going to kind of zoom through these pretty quickly because, as I've said in some previous vinyl and CD finds videos, I really want to feature many of the albums in this video, at least a number of them, and give dedicated album review videos to them. So you'll be seeing some of these again, so I'm not going to go in depth. Just kind of show you what I've picked up lately, prices, and maybe a brief comment or two about the albums. But we're going to keep it zooming, so let's get going. All right, first up, I'm going to start with something that's not a vinyl and not a CD. It's actually a book that I found at a thrift store, at a Goodwill store. And it's this one right here, Newsboys United. Yes, I know Newsboys are very controversial right now in light of all the Michael Tate stuff that has been going on here in recent months. That's probably why I found this for only $1 or $2 at Goodwill. Somebody got rid of it. They said, that's it, I'm done with Newsboys. But it's kind of a neat little book, too. I think this was a tour book that was either for sale during the Newsboys United tour, which, reunited the current Newsboys lineup with two of the former guys, Pete Furler and Phil Joel. And so I think this is a tour book that was either maybe given to premium ticket holders or sold at the merch table or something like that. But I just thought it was kind of neat. It's actually a neat little book with a lot of great photos in it and some articles, including, talking about the Newsboys from the beginning, John James' involvement, each of the guys, are listed, Jody Davis. There's this neat fold-out page. It's pretty long, but it's got a photo of the band performing on one side. The other side is this big kind of timeline. It's hard to see it all. Timeline of the Newsboys from 1985 when Peter Furler formed the Newsboys all the way to 2018 as of the publishing of this book when they went on this United tour. So it's kind of unique. There's some neat stuff in here. Tour dates are on the back. So again, I suspect it was just a tour booklet of some kind, probably that you could buy at a merch table. So anyway, for $1 or $2, I thought, it's kind of cool. I usually don't find Christian rock-related books, at a Goodwill or thrift store. But again, I see why probably somebody was done with Newsboys after the Tate stuff, and so they just jettisoned this. But kind of a nice little pickup. There's some good stuff in here. All right, next up are a couple of vinyls that I found at a half-price bookstore. One was this David and the Giants album, Riders in the Sky. I think it was only $1 or $2, if I remember correctly. This is their album from 1983. I'm not a huge David and the Giants fan. In fact, this is the only album of theirs that I own to date. But I'm well aware, of course, their place in Christian rock history, but it's got songs, Jesus is the Only Superstar, Humanistic Wisdom, Please Don't Give Up on Me, Riders in the Sky, King of the Jews, Step by Step, I Belong to You, A Look at the People, I'm a Fanatic, and Glory Hallelujah. I did listen to this one through once already, and it's unique. It's kind of varied styles. One song is kind of more maybe rockin', one song's more poppin', and one's more kind of bluesy or things like that. So there's a lot of variety. One's maybe a little more folksy. A lot of variety in that sense. It's not the most consistent album, but there is some stuff that kind of appeals to me. I need to listen to it again, get a little more familiar with David and the Giants' back catalog. I don't know what album really for them is considered one of the greats in their discography, but I have to admit, I like this for what it is. It's good. It's a little more pop rockish kind of stuff, but good stuff. Next up was kind of my tour de force find from Half Price Books. I've never found an album like this before, and it was TobyMac's Eye on It on vinyl, which this is probably still my favorite TobyMac album. I do like his more recent album, The Elements, quite a bit too. That's probably a close second, but I still love Eye on It. It's my favorite TobyMac solo album for sure. And I have never seen it personally on vinyl before, in a store anywhere, anything like that. I think I saw it online many, many years ago. But Half Price Books had this very nice gatefold edition of it. I don't know whether other vinyl editions are available. This might be the only one put out, but with all the lyrics and TobyMac there. And it's just a very cool album. I just love really every song on this album. It's just so cool. Me Without You, Eye on It, of course, Forgiveness featuring Lecrae, Speak Life is without a doubt probably my favorite TobyMac track. But anyway, very, very cool find. This one, was priced pretty well. It was $39, and or maybe it was $34. I think it was $39 though. I went ahead and picked it up because I just have never seen this album before, and I thought that would be worth the price to own a TobyMac on vinyl. I've got a majority of his CDs, but I do not have any on vinyl. So this was a great opportunity for what, again, is my favorite TobyMac album. If I find the Elements on vinyl sometime, that'd probably be the other one I would pick up. But very, very pleased to own this album. Great album. If you're a TobyMac fan, to me, this is the one to start with. All right, next album is one I may have featured in another video. I honestly can't remember, but if so, I apologize in advance, and I'll go through it quickly here. But Battlecry from 1985. This is their album Red, White, and Blue. I believe the only album they ever released. Kind of an AOR-style music, kind of White Heart, Petra, even some little hints of Rez, I think, in some of the vocal and musical stylings on a track or two. But it's really more of an EP, 6 songs on here, I believe. And this was reissued on CD by Rox Records a few years ago. And I loved it so much, and that included actually some additional tracks that aren't on the vinyl, I think some demo tracks or something like that. But loved it so much, I really wanted to seek out the original vinyl if I could find it. So I did. This was at a good price. I think this was on eBay for 12, maybe 15 bucks, and that included shipping, I believe. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm so glad to have it. It's a nice copy. It's in very good shape, no ring wear or anything. A little bit of warping in the cover itself, but nothing too bad. And the vinyl's in great shape. So anyway, great album if you're looking for something, you know, from the mid 80s, but that's got a good rock sound to it, rock pop sound to it. Great place to start here with Battlecry. Check it out. All right, next up, from a sale over at GirderRecords.com, I picked up this brand new edition of the reissue of Magdallan's Big Bang on vinyl. This is a 1982 album featuring Ken Tamplin and Lanny Cordola. Their band Magdallan. Very, very cool AOR, strong AOR, lots of great hooks, lots of great kind of, I don't know, Van Halen-ish, you know, Lanny Cordola, great stuff in terms of lead and acoustic guitars and stuff there. Great sound to it. Ken Tamplin's vocals. Really a strong album. Love it. I don't own any Magdallan until I picked this up, so I was really happy to have this. I haven't opened it yet. I believe it is a colored vinyl. This was a reissue from 2019. This has kind of held its value pretty strongly. I think there's not a lot of copies of this. I don't remember exactly how many there are. Might be 100 or less. But this was like 25 bucks, and that was on sale. Normally it had been listed at a higher price there. So I went and jumped on it because I have wanted this album for a while. It's a really good rockin' album. If you want a good AOR rockin' album with Ken Tamplin and Lanny Cordola, this is the one to get. All right, next up is a vinyl release from the band Mass, When Two Worlds Collide. If you've watched any of the videos on my channel talking about Mass here in the past, you know this is a band that I've only become familiar with over the last several years. They have been around since at least the 80s, I think, and I've grown to love their music quite a bit. Voices of the Night, one of my all-time favorite albums by the band, was produced by Michael Sweet of Stryper. These guys really aren't a Christian band per se. They're a bunch of Roman Catholic guys that got together and wanted to just produce some great rock and roll. So some of the lyrics on their albums are through the Christian faith lens a little bit more than others are. Some are just about whatever, you know, all sorts of stuff. But they are a really cool band with some great music. Had the opportunity, thanks to Kent and Rex over at Area 312 Rock and Metal Vodcast, to participate in an interview of the guys with them, and that was really a lot of fun. In fact, Kent actually recommended this album to me. He knew I was a fan of the Voices in the Night album. He said, you really need to hear When Two Worlds Collide. And so I checked it out, got the CD a while back and loved it. And then I saw that the band was offering the vinyl release of this through their website. So I knew I had to pick that up as well. Cool thing about ordering music through merchandise through Mass, their own website, they'll autograph stuff at no extra charge. So you just pay the regular price for it, and they autograph the vinyl, and I think the CDs too. So really a neat thing. So I'd highly encourage you. I'll put a link in the description down below to their website. You can check out what they're offering right now, which you can order through there. Here it is with the insert, lyrics, and photo, and a white paper polyurethane sleeve, and this is a colored vinyl on a nice purple edition. Very cool. Mass is kind of Stryper-like, but they also have their own sound. Good hard rock. Good stuff. And a very good album here, When Two Worlds Collide. All right, next up from Rox Records, I have this right here, Arsenal, Armored Choir, and More, both the vinyl and CD. These were recent reissues that Bill Bafford over at Rox Records worked hard to put out. There's some controversy surrounding all this. I'm not going to go into it all right now. I do intend to do a review of this album, the vinyl and the CD, in an upcoming video, and maybe I'll address some of that controversy briefly in that. I don't really want to make it about that. I think the music on this album is so good, I'd really rather focus on that, but probably we'll have to address that in some way, shape, or form when I get to that video. But this is a great, great vinyl release. It's got 11 tracks on it and 13 on the CD. 11 on the vinyl, 13 on the CD. You get some extra stuff that was not on the original album release. Let me just show you this here quick. But you do get a nice insert with the lyrics and credits, and a vinyl in this cool pink colored CD, which is really, really cool. It's great music on here. Great, great stuff. Great rock music. I just love this album. I had not really heard of this album before. Pleasantly surprised how much I loved it when it came. So that's the vinyl. Here's the remastered, reissued CD. And I was able to pick up an original CD on eBay too for a somewhat pretty penny, which has 2 additional tracks that are not featured on the release. They were left off for whatever reason. And it's got part of the controversy involved the photoshopping out of one of the band members, which the original CD, of course, has them in there. So anyway, we can talk more about that in another video review, but it is a very good album. Grateful to Roxx Records for reissuing the album. It's a great release. I think it's sold out, so I don't even think you can get it anymore. But anyway, we'll cover that more in depth in a future video. Just know it's a great album. All right, next up, I'm just going to zoom through a number of CD finds. That's all the vinyl for now. But a number of CD finds that I got on sales through Boone's and Girder, I believe. Almost all of these are. There might be a Roxx in here. I'm not positive. But anyway, the first one is not a sale. This is one I just had to get, and that's Dale Thompson, Kentucky Smoke. This was by Girder Records, and this features the next Boondogs album, the latest Boondogs album, Dale Thompson and the Boondogs, called Smoke and Mirrors, 2025, and then also a couple of Dale Thompson solo efforts, Testimony, which was with his band, Dale Thompson, the Kentucky Cadillacs, and then Speaking to the Machine from 1994 is his kind of first solo album. So you get all 3 in this Digipack case. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because, again, I plan on doing a full review of this. I love the Boondog stuff, so I really want to take an in-depth review of that, but we'll look at those solo albums too. So this is a great release. If you haven't picked it up, I think it's like $34, but you get 3 CDs, and there's a booklet in here too, and it's just really good stuff. It's well worth it. So I'll mention that. I also picked up a Rainbow Promise. This is a kind of psychedelic Jesus music album from back in, was it 72? Originally released in 72, and then back in 2021, they released this on CD, I think for the first time. It was originally on vinyl, and it was a much sought-after vinyl. They reissued it on vinyl and CD, and so I picked up the CD. I think this was on sale for $10. I actually have a second copy coming too, because it is a really cool album, and I've got a vinyl copy coming on the way too. They had a sale, I think, at Boone's for like $19 for the vinyl and $10 for the CD. So picked up a second CD because it is a cool album, and got the vinyl coming too. So I'll show that off when that arrives. Next up is this album here, Going Insane by Messiah. This is one I'm just not really familiar with, but I've had my eye on it for a while. Finally decided to pick it up. I think this was for $5, so I thought that time is right. This is from Retroactive Records. It's got 5 tracks, and then 3 demo tracks on here too, so pretty cool. I wanted to pick this up because, number one, I wasn't familiar with it. Wanted to get to know the band better, and also it's a Texas band. So being here in Texas, Messiah was a Christian metal band that began in Texas in 1978 and ended in Michigan in 1987. They were inspired by the sound and theatrical shows of Alice Cooper, Kiss, and Black Sabbath. Their live concert featured an incantation ritual to raise the devil, followed by a spell to send the devil back to hell. So interesting kind of storied history there. I was just kind of curious about, so I'm very curious about this. Haven't even opened it yet, but look forward to hearing that one. Next up is a CD by the band Ransom, another one that I'm familiar with in terms of by name only and vaguely a little bit of their music. This CD actually was originally from 1991. This is a 2021 reissue, part of the Legends Remastered series from Retroactive. So it's just one that, again, for $5, I was like, I really want to pick that up and get to know this band a little bit better. I don't remember if they have any other releases beyond this one. This might have been their only one. But again, just a cool one for $5. Next up is an old Millennium 8 Records edition, brand new condition, of course, still sealed. Tempest Lost in the Storm. This is actually a band that Jamie Rowe from Guardian fame was originally a part of. There he is with the other hair band guys on the back. I don't think the audio quality on this one is particularly good, but again, it's kind of a way of preserving something that was probably recorded in less than ideal situations, but nice to have it available. Something I did want to add to the collection. There is some good music on here. It's just not the best audio quality. So anyway, neat thing. Limited edition CD. This is 698 of 2,000. So anyway, again, it was $5. Wanted to pick it up at that price. Next up, I've been meaning to pick up the Liaison CDs for a while. They had them on sale for $6 a piece. Here is I do have the original, I believe, of this first CD that I got on eBay, but this is part of the Legends of Rock series from Girder Records. This is their first album. Liaison, again, kind of an AOR band. Liaison was an arena rock band cast in the same mold as Idle Cure, Shout, and Angelica. They had the look and the attitude, big hair with a big sound, but were also accomplished musicians and honed their craft at an early age. The Melby brothers, Larry and Tim, were signed to Frontline Records by Brian Tong, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so band that I just was vaguely familiar with, but have never picked up their albums. Thought I'd get them here on this $6 per CD sale. Their next album, Urgency, there's the two brothers there. Third album, Hard Hitter, which I think was kind of the hardest sounding, hardest rocking album of all theirs. And I think they had at least one more after that, but these, I think that was some years later. So these are the three. Again, $6 a piece. Thought it was finally time to pick those up. Next up, Boone's had a sale on one of the Live at Cornerstone Fest 2001 new remastered CDs from this series of albums. There were 3 albums that they remastered and put out. I bought the vinyls of all of them, but I hadn't picked up the CDs yet. So they did offer this one of those 3. They had Deliverance, Bride, and I can't remember the other one. Who was the other one? Anyway, Deliverance, Bride, and somebody else. So they offered the Deliverance CD at a really good price. Don't remember what it was. I want to say it was $10 or less. And so I went ahead and picked that up. So now I only need the other 2 CDs. But good deal. Whenever you can find stuff on sale, it's a good time to pick it up. And last but not least is Ty Tabor, Moonflower Lane, solo album from Ty Tabor, of course, from King's X fame. It's done a lot of great stuff. This is a CD I've been eyeing for a while. I had the vinyl for a while too and just never picked it up. But the CD, I think, again, this was probably $5 or $6. Really cool album. This is actually one of my favorite albums from any of the King's X guys, including the King's X albums themselves. I just like something about this album I really, really like. But okay, anyway, that's a quick zoom through what I picked up. Just wanted to give you all a look. Some of these are still on sale, so I would highly encourage you to go over to boonsoverstock.com, Girder Music, Girder Records. Check that out. All right, y'all, that's all I got for today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did any of this music appeal to you all? Are there any favorites here? Some things that you're thinking of picking up? Feel free to let me know in the comments. Would love to hear from you all. Now that I'm back from vacation, I'm ready to interact and engage again more in the comments. Look forward to that. Also be watching for, I got a bunch more album reviews that'll be coming out this week. I've got Undoubting Thomas solo album. That review is coming out later in the week here too. Also a look at the Iron Wrath show book that they recently just put out. It's great. It's a great thing. So keep an eye out for that review too. Lots more to come, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Otherwise, go out, listen to some great Christian rock. But remember, above all else, stay in God's Word. Blessings, y'all. See you next time. Bye-bye.